Hello everyone. Today we are going to read Unit 29 using Internet and word processing tools. That is the topic name, using Internet and word processing tools. So this is the last block of MSO 002 and we will be going to read this. Okay. So structure is 29.1 introduction, 29.2 objectives, 29.3 what is the internet and how does it work, 29.4 internet services, 29.5 searching on the web, search engines, 29.6 accessing and using online information, 29.7 online journals and text, 29.8 statistical reference sites, 29.9 data sources, 29.10 use of email services in research, 29.11 conclusion and 29.12 further reading. 29.1 introduction. In the units of block 7 we mentioned that information and communication technology, ICT, okay, provide a fair bit of aid to sociologists who is engaged in studying social reality. Unit 29 explains how to use the features of the new technology. This unit explains what is the internet and how it helps a researcher in various ways. It is quite possible that you are already aware of such inputs, and in that case, the contents of this unit would appear to you quite elementary. But for those who are yet to become familiar with this revolution in the way we learn, Unit 29 will be of great use and help with the increasing availability of inexpensive personal computers and the states of art and the state's efforts to provide easy connectivity to the internet at an affordable price. It is hoped that more and more users in India will be conducting formatting and processing of their researches with the help of ICTs. Information and communication technology, popularly known as ICT, has revolutionized each aspect of human life. The well known abbreviation WWW, or the World Wide Web, is an individual's gateway to the whole world. Gone are the days when accessing a library used to be a full fledged event in itself, for seeking permission to getting cards and then the long exercise to find out what one needed. All this was compounded if it required travel to another city. Accessing libraries and resources outside the country was a dream. Now, all this and a lot more are available at our desk. With a click of a button, we have all that we need, provided we are skillful in using computers and accessing the internet. 29.2 objectives. After studying this unit, you should be able to distinguish between different types of resources available over the internet, build up a list of internet sites that can support social research, explain use of statistical software for data analysis, and use in your research the internet and the word processing tools. What is internet and how does it work? The internet is a network of networks linking computers to computers. It is the transport vehicle for the information stored in files or documents on another computer. It can be compared to an international communications utility servicing computers. It is sometimes compared to as a gained international plumbing system. However, the internet itself does not contain the information. It was not be correct to say that a document was found on the internet. Rather, we should say that it was found thoroughly or by using internet through found through or by using internet. Users of computers may use through the internet one or all of the following internet services. Electronic mail, email. It permits one to send and receive email. It provides access to discussion groups through emails. Telenet or remote login. It permits one to log on to another computer and use it as if one were there. FTP, file transfer protocol. It allows one's computer to rapidly retrieve complex file intact from a remote computer and view or save them. The World Wide Web, WW, or the web, the largest and the fastest growing activity on the internet. How does the internet work? Every computer connected to the internet is part of a network. For example, you may use modem and dial a local number to connect to an internet service provider. At work, you may be part of a local area network, but you most likely are still connected to the internet using an ISP, internet service provider, that your institutions have contracted with. When you connect to a internet service provider, you become a part of their network. The ISP may then connect to a large network and become part of their network. As said earlier, the internet is simply a network of networks. A typical internet website address or a URL looks like http double slash slash double dot, what we called www.ignou.ac.in. In this name, HTTP denotes that the computer will use hypertext transfer protocol for communicating. www or World Wide Web is the source where this website would be located. ignou denotes the unique name given to a particular website, and ac.in represents the domain name server, which will handle the request and provide the requested website page. For example, see the box number 29.1. Box 29.1 example. So how does the internet work? Let us say that you type the URL http www.ignou.ac.in into your browser. The browser contacts a DNS server to get the IP address. A DNS server would start its service search for an IP address by contacting one of the root DNS servers. The root server know the IP address of all the DNS servers that handle the top level domains like .com, .net, .org, etc. Your DNS server would ask the root for www.ignou.org, and the root would say, I don't know the IP address for the ignou.in, but here is the IP address for the ac.in DNS server. Your name server then sends the query to the ac.in DNS server asking if it knows the IP address for the ignou.ac.in. The DNS server for the ac.in domain knows the IP address for the name servers handling the www.ignou.ac.in domain, so it returns those. Your name server then contacts the DNS server www.ignou.ac.in and asks if it knows the IP address for the www.ignou.ac.in. It actually does, so it returns the IP address to your DNS server, which returns it to the browser, which can then contact the server for www.ignou.ac.in to get a web page. This happened in seconds. Okay. So all this. So accessing internet, individuals and companies desires of using internet access service have a range of options available, which vary considerably in terms of service quality and price. There are several free dial-up internet service providers that provide a basic level of access to no cost. For a company intending to engage into a substantial amount of e-commerce involving high bandwidth content, a specialized solution is required at the other end of the range. The company would lease line with a certain capacity of 20 megabyte per second with the website professionally hosted. The variables to consider are price, type of connection, dial-up, instant, dedicated, ancillary services available, website hosting like intranet or extranet provision services, download speed, the speed that the information is traveled to you, and upload speed, the information sent to the speed of the information sent by you. The most common internet access procedures are: one, dial-up internet. This is the most commonly used internet used service for individuals and for small business with email and a website. A wide range of operators exist providing national and regional services, most offering website hosting, some included in the monthly access free and help desk services. It requires a modem and telephone line through which it can be connected to ISP using a unique user identification and password. In India, the major internet service providers for dial-up connections include VSNL, MTNL, along with the other regional level providers. When you purchase an account from any of ISPs, you get a unique username and password along with a dial-up number. When you connect the modem in the telephone line and dial-up, it asks for the username and password, after which it connects to the ISP from where you can access the internet. ISDN, Integrated Service Digital Network, allows a customer to have a 64 kbps internet circuit and a telefax line at once, or a dial-up connection at a speed of 128 kbps. This service is suitable for a business that may have a small number of users online at the same time or need a transfer of files of substantial size, which would be too slow over a dial-up connection. In most of the cases, ISDN internet access, a customer need to have an ISDN line installed to the premises. So cable modem. So nowadays it's more common. While using different technologies, these two provides deliver high-speed internet access on an instant connection basis. No dial-up required. The download speeds vary from 512 kbps to mbps, and upload speed are 128 to 740 kbps. So specific advantage of internet. Compared to traditional sources of information for research, the internet offers the following additional possibilities. More up-to-date material. Official publications are often pushed on to the internet before they arrive in the library, and news services are updated throughout the day. Increased access to the material. It is absolutely impossible for any single library to hold paper copies of all the information that is available on the web. Also, you have access to the internet 24 hours a day. Interactivity. Some sites have an email discussion forums where you can debate issues and send comments. Let us complete reflections and actions 29. 1. And access the level of our understanding of the help of ICT can provide in social research. Reflections and action 29.1. ICT has a vital role to play in a social research, as it provides access to a large resource of books, journals, data sets, and software for analysis. Find out what type of access to the internet is available at your study center. If the study center has no access to the internet, visit the nearest cyber cafe in your locality. After discussing with the cyber cafe in charge, find out which of the following types of internet access is available at the cafe. So dial-up internet and ISDN internet service, digital network, and cable modem. Try to use this facility at least once to find out a few items of information necessary for your research project, and then write a note of 10 lines to tell whether this method of seeking information is useful. Mention the problems, if any, faced in the process. Internet services. The following descriptions provide as information about the various types of internet services now commonly available to all researchers and general public. World Wide Web, WWW. The WWW incorporates all the internet services. You can retrieve documents, view images, animations, and videos, listen to sound files, speak and hear voice, and view programs that run on practically any software in the world, providing your computer has the necessary hardware and software to these things. When you log on to the internet using Netscape or Microsoft Internet Explorer or some other browsers, you are viewing documents in the World Wide Web. The current foundations on which is WWW functions is the programming language is called HTML. It is HTML and other programming embedded within HTML that makes possible hypertext. Hypertext is the ability to have web pages containing links, which are as in a page of buttons or graphics on which you can click your mouse button to retrieve another document into your computer. This clickability using hypertext link is a feature which is unique and revolutionary about the web. Every document or file or site or movie or sound file or anything you find on the web has a URL, uniform resource locator, that identifies the thing on the computer where it is, and it specifies file name. Every hypertext link on every web page in the world contains one of the URLs. When you click on a link of any kind of a web page, you send a request to retrieve the unique document on some computer in the world that is uniquely identified by URL. URL are likely address of web pages. A whole cluster of internationally accepted standards such as TCP, IP, and HTML make possible this global information retrieval phenomenon that transcends political and linguistic boundaries. Electronics mails or email. The most basic and perhaps one of the most useful components of the internet is that one came first, electronic mail, email, which enables rapid local and global information exchange and has forever rebranded its much slower manual cousin as snail mail. An email is a particularly effective way of communicating not only with the friends but also with the business partners and groups of people you may be working with. It allows for rapid updates on progress and for questions to be asked and answered in a double quick time. Within a decade, a host of rival and proprietary email formats have been devised for use on different computing platforms, which most of could not talk to each other. However, as the internet became more widespread and standards are implemented to enable different email systems to communicate transparently, the use of email has remarkably increased. It is not only a key part of the international communication between the business, but it is used by virtually everyone who has a personal computer. Using email. Now email comes as an integral part of your browser software. For example, Outlook Express with Microsoft Internet Explorer. On setting up your browser software, you are also asked to establish your connection to the internet service provider. You will be asked to enter your email address. The first part of the email address is your choice, but it should be unique with your ICP. Then comes with followed by the name of your ISP, internet service provider. Using the internet service provider, you will provide you with an essential codes to create a new account. The software will also ask you to provide a name by which you would like to be identified when someone receives an email from your account. You will also need to key in your username and password agreed on with your provider. Sending an email is a simple task. You can write your correspondence directly in the email software or in another word processing program and each attach it to the email so that the formatting remains intact. If you want to send your email to several people, you can easily to do that by using the carbon copy, that is CC option. If you want to keep the identities of the other parties receiving the email secret, then you can enter their address into the blind carbon copy, that is BCC field. That is once finished, hit the send button and the emails goes from your computer. You can opt to keep copies of every message you send in the send box, which act as a good record for future reference, or you can begin to organize mail sent and received by category of project in files within your mail software. Box 29.2 understand how email works. Box 29.0 how does email work? Once you have composed an email and hit the send button, your email program sends your mail to the SMTP service where your account is. The SMTP server breaks the address someone else at therein.com domain.com into two parts: someone else, the account name, and the domain.com, the domain. The SMTP server then contacts the DNS server and asks for the IP address therein where their domain.com is located. The DNS server sends the address back to the SMTP server. The SMTP server then sends the email back to message to the SMTP server where their domain.com is located. So the second SMTP server delivers the email message to someone else's account. Someone else log on to the computer and opens the email software, which then connects to the server. The software then requests the server to send all email from their account to their computer. Email is an amazing communications tool once you have mastered it and learned the basic rules. However, no one likes to receive a spam or unsolicited email unless they have opted to be a part of your network or contacts of potential customers. Spam is a frustrating reality on the internet, and those who persist in sending it for not regarded as a good net citizens. With the personal or business messages, one is advised to read and reread one's email carefully before hitting the send button, as a misunderstanding and embracement can rise quickly through hasty responses. 29.5 Searching on the web search engines. Search engine for the general web do not really search the World Wide Web directly. Each one search a database of the full text of web page selected from the billions of web pages out there residing on servers. Search engine database are selected and built by computer robot programmers called spiders. Although it is said that they crawl the web in their hunt for the pages, in reality they stay at one place. They find the page for potential inclusion by following the links in the page they already have in their database, already know about. They know they cannot think or type a URL or use judgment to decide to go look something up and see what's there on the web about it. Using search engines. This is the most common form of text search on the web. Most search engines do their text query and retrieval using keywords. A keyword can be any word on a web page. It is important to use keywords relevant to the topic you are searching. Combination of words or multiplication of words can be used as keywords, and the search engine will display all the web pages in the database that contain most of the keywords used by you. For example, if you wish to find or statistical software materials and that are downloadable free from the net, the keywords would be static software free. Remember, some search engines index every word on every page, while others index only a part of the document. Also, some of the search engine discriminate uppercase for the lowercase. Others store all words without reference to capitalization. Keyword researchers have a tough time distinguishing between the words that are spelled the same way but mean something different. That is hard cider, hard stone, hard exam, and hard drive on your computer. This often result in hits that completely irrelevant to your query. Search engines also cannot return hits on keywords that mean the same but are not actually entered in your query. A query on heart disease would not return a document that used the word cardiac instead of heart. Most sites often offer different types of searches, basic and advanced. Advanced search options differ from one search engine to another, but some of the possibilities include the ability to search on one more than one word, to give more weightage to one search term than you give to another, and exclude words that might be likely to confuse the result. You might also be able to search on proper names or phrases and know on words that are found within a certain proximity to other search terms. Many search engines allow you to use the so-called Boolean operators to refine your research. There are the logical terms and or not and so-called proximal locators like near and followed by. And means that all the terms you specify must appear on the documents, that is hurt and attack. Or means that at least one of the terms you specify must appear in the documents, that is bronchitis, acute or chronic. Bronchitis acute and or chronic. Not means that at least one of the terms you specify must not appear in the documents, that is statistics and calculator, not mathematics. Near means that the terms you enter should be within a certain number of words or each other. Followed by means that one term must directly follow the other. Phrases, the ability to query or phrases are very important in search engine. Those that allow it you usually require that you enclose the phrase in quotation marks, that is heart attack. All the search engines have different methods of refining queries. The best way to learn them is to read the help files on the search engine site and practice. Some of the most commonly used search engines are Google. Google provides options to find more than web pages using on the top of the search box on Google Home. You can easily seek out images from the across the web, discuss that are taking place in news groups, locate news information or perform production searching using modeling provides access to human compiled informations from the open directly catalog searching and other services. Yahoo is another search engine launched in 1994. Yahoo is the world's oldest directory, a place where the human editors organize website into categories. In addition to excellent search results, you can use the tabs above the search box on the Yahoo home page to seek images, yellow pages listing, or use Yahoo's excellent shopping search engine, or visit Yahoo's search home page where even more specialized search options are offered. Ask Jeeves. Ask Jeeves initially gained the fame in 1999 and being the neutral language search engine that let you search by asking questions and responded with what seemed to be the right answer to everything. All the web.com powered by Yahoo, you may find that all the web is lighter, more customizable, and pleasant pure search experience than yet to Yahoo itself. The focus is on web search, but news, pictures, videos, MP3, and FFT search are also offered. AOL search, aolsearch.aol.com and search.aol.com. AOL search provides users with the editorial listings that come from the Google's crawler-based index. Indeed, the same search of Google and AOL search will come up with very similar matches. Hotbot provides easy access to the web's three major crawler-based search engines, Yahoo, Google, and Tioma. Unlike a meta search engine, it cannot be blend result from all these crawlers together. Nevertheless, it is a fast and easy way to get different web search options in one place. Some other options for search engine are Timo, Gigablast, LookSmart, Lycos, Emerson Search, Netscape Search, Open Directory, About.com, Britannica.com, Excite.com, Yvonne.com, Search, PrepareSearch.com, SearchKing.com. Complete reflection and action 29.2 and find out if you are able to make use of the ICT aids available at present. Reflection and action 29.2. Find out what types of access to the internet is available at your study center. If the study center has no access to the internet, visit the nearest cyber cafe in your locality and carry out the following tasks. Open an email account if you do not already have one. Send an email to your friends who should have an email account, and you should know your friend's email address. Access any of the above mentioned search engines to obtain some items of information necessary to your research project. Visit a couple of websites, for example, one to give your information about the current jobs available, another one about natural disaster currently occurring all over the world. After completing the above task, write a short note on advantages and disadvantages of using ICT tools. 29.6 Accessing and using online information. If you are a researcher dealing with any of the social sciences, you would be more interested using the social science research reference sites. Here is some of the information about them. Social research reference sites using commonly available social engines, Google, Yahoo, etc. It is not one of the best and recommended way to initiate research through the internet. Give the limitations of search engines. There are several other options available where the search result can be far more precise. The search for a social search research can be classified in the following categories: directories and gateways. This provides an entry point to the resource collected specifically for a chosen area, which you may search and browse. Unlike search engines, which automatically collate a list of sites with which search your search data, directories and gateways can provide a more fruitful search for your chosen topics. Gateways are an excellent place to find high quality internet sites that can support academic work. Some of the advantages of using directories and gateways are compiled by academic and library experts after devoting considerable time to scanning the web for its items of internet interest. Gateways are classified as in structural and useful ways so that one can access the resources more easily. Gateways are regularly updated. A few examples of an effective gateways for social science research are the Social Science Information Gate, SOSIG, .ac.uk. This is the gate has links to online papers, discussion list and courses. It contains web pages, several departments and organizations. It has a complete section of social research methods, including both qualitative and qualitative resources. Sociosite, research methodology and statistics, www.pscwuva.nl_sociosite is a topic research HTML. This is a sociological information sites and provide access to comprehensive and international listing of sociology related resources on the internet, and has a special section devoted to research methodology and statistics. Social science, www virtual library, www.uf.user. This keeps a track of online social science information as part of the World Wide Web virtual library. Article reference and abstract database. One always needed to keep oneself aware of the latest publications in one's field. The internet offers way to find about this publication via online catalogs of reference and abstract. While accessing to some of these sites is free, some requires initial membership, which is generally provided to libraries and institutions. It is like that your institutions or library has the membership for some of these databases, and you can access these often after obtaining the password from your institution or library. Some popular early accessed databases are Social Science Citation Index, SSU, isi.net.com. It contains around 5,000 journals spanning 50 social science disciplines. It covers most of the major journals which address social search and methods dating back 1973. From a search you can obtain title and over half the others abstract. You can also retrieve titles of citations reference. International Bibliography of Social Sciences, that is lsc.ac.uk. This provides easy access to over 1.5 million references to journal articles, book reviews and monographs from 1951 onwards. Sociological Abstract, SOCABS.org. It indexes and provides abstract from many publications converging social research methods. 29.7 online journals and text. Most journals in the social science have websites where both current and backdated research articles and papers are available for reading and downloading. Gaining access to full text is most of the online journal requires subscriptions. On obtaining it, a password is provided for full access. However, most of these journals are provided abstracts and are of table of contents free. There are a few directories that provide lists and link also to electronic journals. To such directories are directories of electronic journals, that is got.ucsd, contains links to electronic journals and newsletters access the world. The journal locator in psychology and social science, that is www.iso This is the link, journals, and provide links to their home pages. It's list more over 1600 online journals and provides links to their home pages. Examples of online journal covering a social research methods. Social research online. So online.com, this is an online journal, publishes high quality applied sociology articles focusing on theoretical, empirical, and methodological aspect. Social research update, www.associ.survey.ac.sru. This is a quarterly electronic journal which covers a new development in social research. Each issue covers different search methods, toppings, spanning qualitative and quantitative method. While full text articles can be browsed free of charge from online journals mentioned earlier, the following only provides free access to abstract and able to condense. International Journal for Social Research Methodology. It is a new journal of methodological articles and articles related to research participate in professional and service settings. There are also some specialized sites available at that archive full text of parts deliberated or the presented during conferences and seminars. One such site of interest is education online, electronic text and education and training. So libraries, library catalogs, several library across the world provides online access to their catalogs. Library catalogs are sometimes referred to as on the web as OPACES, which stands for Online Public Access Catalogs. Sometimes these catalogs can only be accessed through passwords, which are available through free registration on sites. Some of the relevant sites are the British Library Catalogue. This is an online resources of materials of major reference and document supply centers of one of the world's largest libraries. World Index of Library Catalogs, as more than 18,000 library can be reached through a specialized research from this website. Okay. Assorted useful website, glossary of research terms, provides explanation of topics and technical terms for researchers. Social science research method resources for teachers, has links to sources of research methods and teaching material as well as other materials of interest. The Center for Applied Social Surveys offers a program of short course on social survey methods covering all aspects of quantitative survey. Index of thesis later to provide a searchable database of abstract of master and doctoral thesis accepted by universities in Great Britain and Ireland in 1970 till date. Reflections and Action 29.3. It is always better to decide on the needs and identify the broad category under which the information necessary for your research project might fall. It helps in pinpointed search and provides the desired result in relatively less time. It is true that general search engines are of limited help in social research. There are specialized search engines created for social research. Try to obtain the information needed by your research project from one of the sources mentioned above, and then write down in one page how you obtained the information and the time you spent in getting it and how you are going to use that information in your research. 29.8. Statistical reference sites. This is few sites, that is the chest directory. This contains a wide range of software including those for data and statistical analysis. There are several other subject specific sites for anthropology, psychology that provide free access to software required for quantitative and qualitative analysis. Some examples are computer assisted qualitative data analysis, network and directory of psychology software, and free statistical software, and software for statistical data analysis. Computer software is used to perform any level of complex statistical analysis with any amount of data available. There are three ways through which software can be obtained for performing this test. One, purchasing the licensed software from the companies. SPSS, statistical package for social scientists, is the most preferred software to carry out any level of statistical analysis. You will read more about this package and it used in Unit 30. With SPSS, one can generate decision-making information quickly using powerful statistics, understand effectively, present result with high quality tabular and graphical output, and share the result with other using a variety of report methods. All this enables the user to make smarter decisions more quickly by uncovering key facts, pattern, and trends. SPS is highly priced. Generally, institutions and organizations purchase multiple user license versions of this software and provide access to its students and employees. Purchasing SPSS by an independent user is generally not economically viable. However, there are other moderate or low price software available for single users. One such software available is StatClack. It simplifies statistical calculation, allowing quick analysis of raw data, whether you enter it yourself or use spreadsheet or maintain a database. A 30 days trial of this software is also available on the website. Okay, to downloading free software from the internet. There are several committed professionals whose aim is to popularize the use of statistics by making it simple and affordable. These people have created a software that can perform wide range of statistical analysis requiring minimal computer efficiency. The software can be downloaded from the internet in about 30 to 90 minutes with reasonable internet speed. No licensing is required to use such software. Such a popular and free statistical software is OpenStat. This software is similar to SPSS in appearance and operation, though not as comprehensive as SPSS. It provides a wide range of options to a social researcher. It has the capacity to handle large data. It can import from and export data to other software and can perform all commonly used statistical tests. Someone conversant with OpenStat can effectively use SPSS for all similar applications and vice versa. The software can download from URL given here and online web pages. These are quick solution for small statistical problems, and this may or may not be downloadable, but provided free access. Several of these web pages provided options for data import. In the majority of these situations, these work as anti-scientific calculation, but are certainly advanced for being simply calculators, as they can perform multiple tasks, including data entry and producing chart, etc. Before clicking on to any of these calculation, one should be analyzed the problem and identified the exact test that is to be applied. Statistical calculation for descriptive statistics and charts. On descriptive sampling statistics. This page can calculate some basic descriptive statistics like mean, variance, ST, standard deviation, and CV, and skewness and kurtosis. It can analyze a maximum of 80 numbers. In the matrix that appears in the web page, enter the number into each of these columns on top of the matrix and hit calculate. All this calculation mentioned below appear. In case a histogram is provided, class width and number of classes in the box, and hitting histogramming. The histogram will be drawn that can be selected, cut and pasted in any document for further use. There are several other such online calculators available on the internet. To provide some more examples, the following links may be attempted. Descriptive statistics. Here also mean, SD, SCM, and SCI of means. One can either enter or paste raw data or enter the mean, SD, SEM, and then to get class intervals. This calculator computes summary of statistics on one variable, draw a crude histogram and sort a list of values, give pairs of values in computers the least square regression line and percent correlation coefficient. It can also perform chi-square test. The can be either directly entered or pasted for other worksheets like Excel. Statiscope. This can be used for calculating and displaying a large number of descriptive statistics from a set of numbers that can be entered directly into the calculator. Reflection and action 29.4. There are several options available for carrying out statistical analysis. These include online calculators as web pages that can quickly run the calculations and give result. There are several statistical packages that can be downloaded free of charge through the internet and can be used for almost all basic statistical tests. You need to remember that ICT and computer software packages have a limited use in qualitative data analysis. As all social researchers have some component of quantitative data, we suggest that for analyzing quantitative type of data pertaining to your research project, you try to use the basic tools mentioned above. After making an effort to do so, it is important that you mention in your research project report all the ICT tools that you used in your research. In the evaluation of your assignment, this will be taken into a special consideration. Data resources. There are several websites that provide real, both raw and tabulated data. These websites provide country-specific data, access to data form. This website is generally not free and membership is required. Statistical data on the web. This library.umist.edu provides basis to select socio-economic data from various countries in the world. A few websites for Indian data are Census Data Online, indianstat.com, and Statistical and Research Methods. There are several sites dedicated to tutor or guide researchers in research methods, and the latest development in upgrading these methods of the popular sites in this category are SRM, Social Research Methodology, Documentation Center, contains a searchable database of resources, research methodology, and statistics for social and behavioral science on an international scale. So, sociology methodology is an annual volume of methods of research in social science sponsored by American Sociological Association. It publishes material that advance empirical research in sociology and related disciplines. The qualitative research. So, QRJSASagepub.com provides a forum of the discussion of research methods, in particular qualitative research. International Journal for Social Research Methodology, IJSRM, have this website, and Public Opinion Quarterly, that is POQ, have this www.opjournals.org. This is a official publication of American Association for Public Opinion Research and focus on theories and methods underlying opinion research, such as survey validity, questionnaire construction, interviewing and interviewers, sampling and analytical approaches. The CAS question bank. This question bank provides free access to questionnaires from major surveys, social surveys, and associated commentary to assist survey design. 29.10 Uses of email in search. Usage mail as a research tool potentially offers researchers many advantages, such as an easy access to worldwide samples, low administration cost both financially and temporarily, and it also unobtrusiveness and friendliness to respondents. However, email's application as a search tool is constrained by its yet limited and biased population of users in terms of age, income, and gender and race. Response rates of email questionnaires appear favorable, as does the ease of distribution and response times. Nevertheless, ensuring respondents' anonymity is virtually impossible. Using an email and interview tool takes away the conventional constraints of spatial and temporal proximity between the interviewer and respondent, and offer the considerable practical advantage of providing ready transcript data. However, email interviews suffer from a lack of tacit communication. The principal features of using email as a research tool is its speed and immediacy, and almost instantaneous dialogue between the researcher and the subjects takes place. In particular, electronic communication sets up a democratization of exchange that eludes more conventional research methodologies. Furthermore, the potential for asynchronous communication that email offers is an attractive feature when considering its use as a research tool. Subjects are not constrained to synchronous communication but can respond when and how they feel comfortable. Emails are most commonly used to fill in electronic questionnaire and conduct electronic interviews. However, as electronic communication becomes more common, there will be information overload, and research via email runs the risk of becoming marginalized as a form of electronic junk mail. Unsolicited attempt to gain information via email by genuine researchers may be ignored by the recipient at the other end of the line. Proliferations of email, along with the increasing case of ease of carrying out email and internet-based research, suggests that the use of electronic methodology is likely to increase in popularity in the near future. However, as said earlier, there remain significant problems in using email social science research. Despite the rapid expansion of email, its use as a research tool will reflect the demography-based biases of current usage patterns of the medium, in much the same way that early telephone surveys were also hindered by the clear social class bias resulting from an unequal ownership of the facility. Accessing news groups and email list. Suppose you have a question for which you are sure that someone knows the answer, but how do you find that person? With the internet, you can not only search websites for the information but also communicate with the people you may never meet, getting the answers to obscure questions that only they may know. News groups, also referred to as a forum, having been around almost since the internet came into existence. They help scientists to post questions and answers to each other. Today, news groups resemble virtual coffee houses wherever people get together to discuss subjects of mutual interest. The only difference is that with news groups, the communication is written, not verbal. News groups revolve around specific topics, such as effectiveness of computer analysis in qualitative research. You can read what others have written and post your own comments. There are thousands of news groups covering almost every topic from computer social issues, literature and science to recreation, entertainment, hobbies, and current affairs. In news groups, you can find job posting, business and healthcare advice, announcement about events, referrals, political and religious discussions. You may download pictures also. Since box 29, see box 29 3 to find out how to access a new group. Box 29.3, how to access a news group. To access a news group, you need a newsreader program. Most internet explorers have these programs built in. Next, determine which news groups interest you and subscribe them. Keep in mind the news groups were once the only way to have so-called threaded discussions where related messages are grouped together. Today, many websites have discussion groups posting. When you are looking for a discussion to join, look at websites as well as news groups. Mailing list. Mailing list use a different strategy. Rather than collecting each message and display it in a central location, each message is sent as an electronic mail message to every member of the list. The advantage of mailing list is that you don't need to use a separate software to read messages posted in the news group. The disadvantage is that you can receive dozens, sometimes even hundreds of messages per day for a given mailing list. So news groups and mailing lists generate an incredible amount of text each day. Some of them contain the details, analysis of issues and events by contribution, who range from interesting numbers of general populace to acknowledged experts in particular field. If you subscribe to the mailing list, you can reduce the number of messages you can receive each day by day using digest command, which tells the computer running the mailing list to send you one message containing several messages. You can learn how to use the digest command by sending a message to the computer running the list with the word help in the subject line. Remember to send the message to computer's main address rather than to the list itself. If you are working on a research project on a current issue or event, you can locate the relevant news groups and mailing list by visiting the Google group at www.google.co.in and the Deja News website www.dejanews.com or Yahoo's directory of news groups and news group post at Yahoo's news. Okay. To research for mailing list dealing with a particular topic, visit the list website at list.com or the Catalyst website as lsoft.com. If you want to analyze a list of discussions or track back a series of messages, go to list mail, email archive search. To learn more about researching in news groups, you can view the interactive demonstration limiting search with publication information, which provides a demonstration of searching the Deja News website. Deja News, located on the web at www.dejanews.com, focuses on the contents of news group on the internet. Reflections and Action 29.5. In Reflections and Action 29.4, we mentioned that ICT and computer software packages have a limited use in qualitative data analysis, but there is a source that can help you even in the qualitative research aspects of your project. qrj.sage.pub.com provides a forum for the discussion of search methods in particular qualitative research. Try to access this website link and find out if it is of any help to your research. Write a short note on your positive or negative findings. 29.11 Conclusion. Provided that a researcher is clear about the needs of research, ICT can be effectively used to gain information about any research topic in a social science from across the world. With further advancement in technology, using statistics is no more tedious. It does not require complex mathematical skills and can be easily handled through various software packages available. ICT provide excellent and reliable options for managing, storing, retrieving, and use of data by several persons at any given point of time. The exchange of information is swift and fast, and it is possible to access any amount of information which is physically lying anywhere in the world. ICT has a lot of potential for use of in social research, and if used appropriately can save a lot of time, energy, and other resources. And as one starts using the internet, many more potentialities it has for research become clear. The internet provides an abundant opportunity to mine information, data, and insights. 29.12 Further reading. We have the book of Reconstructing Historical Communities, and the other book is Statistical Package for the Social Sciences. So this is the end of the unit 29. Thank you very much.